This conference will.
Okay.
We're going to go, Sam? Okay.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Again, thanks for your patience. Tonight is Tuesday, July 16th, our 5 o'clock regular trustee meeting. Call the meeting to order.
To the roll, Mr. Mahoney,
Here.
Mr. Genowine.
Here. And Dave will be here just in a minute, but we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, Oliver, you want to should I just fire through what's on the agenda, or should we do the badge fittings now? What would you like?
Sure, at the board's pleasure.
John, what do you want to do?
We can do the badge pinning.
Okay, let's do that. All right. Okay, so congratulations. Chris, you want to start it up here for us, for Zach? I get it. Evening.
Good evening. Should we do the resolution first this time?
We can do that. Good memory.
Okay, before you have resolution 24-135, that's authorization to fill one vacated lieutenant position within the fire department. With Lieutenant Whitcock's retirement recently, we've created this vacancy, so we'd like to promote Zachary Miramanes to fill that vacancy.
Any questions? I'll offer resolution 24-135 to fill one vacated lieutenant position. Second.
Mr. Mahoney,
Yes.
Mr. Genowine.
Yes.
Perfect. Zach's going to be pinned by his wife Jenna this evening. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Zachary Miramanes,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the laws and revised code of the state of Ohio,
the laws and revised code of the state of Ohio,
the established laws and ordinances within Sylvania Township,
the established laws and ordinances within Sylvania Township,
and the rules and regulations of Sylvania Fire EMS.
and the rules and regulations of Sylvania Fire EMS.
I will support our mission,
I'll support our mission,
which is to preserve life,
which is to preserve life,
protect property,
protect property,
and safeguard our communities
and safeguard our communities
through unwavering commitment
through unwavering commitment
to emergency preparedness,
to emergency preparedness,
prevention,
prevention,
response,
response,
and recovery
and recovery
as a highly trained
as a highly trained
all hazards fire service.
all hazards fire service.
I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of Lieutenant of Sylvania Fire EMS.
of Lieutenant of Sylvania Fire EMS.
I pledge to lead
I pledge to lead
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
with integrity
with integrity
and with honor,
and with honor,
courage,
courage,
and dedication.
and dedication.
I will uphold the mission,
I'll uphold the mission,
values,
values,
and philosophies
and philosophies
of Sylvania Fire EMS.
of Sylvania Fire EMS.
I recognize the badge
I recognize the badge
of Lieutenant
of Lieutenant
as a symbol of Sylvania Fire EMS
as a symbol of Sylvania Fire EMS,
and the public faith
public faith,
and the trust of the Sylvania community.
and the trust of the Sylvania community.
I take and subscribe this oath
I take and subscribe this oath
before the Board of Trustees
before the Board of Trustees
and the Sylvania Township community
in the Sylvania Township community
this 16th day of July, 2024.
this 16th day of July 2024.
Congratulations.
Yeah, sure. Just take it. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
You got it, yeah.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Hey, Zach, so this may go for the record, because I heard your father came from Texas today, is that true? Whoever he's here gets the award for the longest traveled person for. Congratulations, yeah.
I have to sign this in front of a notary. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you got it.
All righty, one more. Chief Toth, come on down. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Genowine and Mr. Simcoe. Kevin, do you want to come up? Tonight, we're presenting our new Deputy Chief, Kevin Pelwecki, with his badge. And I'd like to say a few words about Kevin. He joined the department in 1996. In his career, he served as a community affairs officer, detective, field training officer. In addition to training our new hires as an FTO, he's also supervised and coordinated the program for a number of years, or before Lieutenant McKinney does it now, a number of years in the past. And he's also helped conduct background investigations for our new officers. Kevin and I were hired in the same month in 1996, so we worked together for a very long time, and I know him well. He's an excellent officer who has served with integrity, respect, and compassion. And he's an excellent officer because he's an excellent person. And I could stand up here all day long saying nice things about him, but I won't, because I know everybody wants to keep moving. I will simply say that he's one of the best people I know. And I'm very proud and lucky to have him as Deputy Chief of Police. Kevin's wife, Mary, will pin his new badge on him.
All righty, you guys have heard me say this before, you're more than welcome to stick around, or this is your chance to get out of here. And I suggest the latter of the two, but feel free to stick around. See you guys. Great seeing you. Thanks for making the trip. That's awesome. Yeah, how long are you in town for? Just. Thanks for making the trip. I guess not.
Nice being on the other side.
Hey, how much weight have you lost? You look great. You retired, you started losing weight.
I'm not sure 275 pounds in the waist.
But you look great. You look good. Good seeing you. Really?
It's like a rapid weight.
Yeah. Good for him. Hey, Paulie, do you mind shutting that on the way out? You mind shutting? Yeah. Thanks. All righty. So Oliver, is there any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening?
Nothing for this.
Okay. And I didn't see anything, hearing of the public for agenda items? Nobody signed in for that, okay. Any questions, John, on the consent agenda for the monthly reports for the police department for March, April, May, and June? No, okay. And then we have a resolution to adopt street lighting petition and set date for hearing. Any questions on that? I'll offer resolution 24-124 to accept street lighting petition.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. Any questions on 24-132 with regards to national opioid settlement with Kroger? I'll offer resolution 24-132, just as I said, the opioid settlement agreement with Kroger.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. Any questions on resolution 24-133, the vehicle usage and business expense reimbursements?
No.
I'll offer resolution 24-133.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. Any questions on appointing the working member for Joint Economic Development District 1? I need help with that one, Oliver. I forget what that was. Please.
Good afternoon, trustees, fiscal officer Simcoe. That would provide for the reappointment of Lauren Sangstock
That's
to
right. Got it.
the worker position.
Yeah, thank you. I'll offer resolution 24-134, Lauren Setzenstock for Economic Development District 1.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. Any questions on abatement of vegetation for, in Darrell's department for some long grass? Okay. That's resolution 24136.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. And then I see Al's retiring here at the end of July. Is that what he said?
I think the 19th.
The 19th of this month. Wow. He'll be missed. Any questions on authorizing us to hire a new one?
No.
I'll offer resolution 24-137 to advertise to hire a mechanic.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. And then Simcoe, you got one here for the appropriation.
It's just resolution 24-138. It's a township appropriation from unencumbered balance. I'd ask the trustees to pass that, please.
Questions? I'll offer resolution 24-138, township appropriation from encumbered balance.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes. And then open discussion. John, I know you wanted.
Yeah, Mr. Nash, with the recent tragedies on Centennial Road, I had a few calls about the speed limits out there. I know we've looked at them in the past and things, and you know, they're county roads, so we don't have much authority there. But I would ask that we reapproach the county and their consideration for some of the surrounding roads, particularly Mitchaw and Sylvania Metamora, all the way west to Mitchaw. You know, with the change in the area with 2 schools and 2 parks and a assisted care facility on Mitchaw, and the number of houses now that are, you know, entering on and off of Mitchaw there, I would think that might be time to revisit those speed limits.
Okay, I will put a resolution on the next agenda for your consideration to request the county to perform another traffic study.
Okay.
This is how the state and the county proceeds with traffic, any traffic issues, whether it's a speed limit, a signal, or improvements to intersections or crosswalks, anything like that. So once you authorize that, I'll send it forward to the county engineer's office with some additional notes and any other comments that the board may want to put in there, and we'll proceed through that. If they're proceeds with, like, if they give us any resistance, our next step would be to petition the county commissioners to visit the speed limit on that road.
Rob, will they, and I'm glad John brought this up, can they do, like, instead of having a sign that says speeding, it's not just the traffic. They keep shooting us down for traffic, right, in the past. It's not been the speeding, right? Because is there no way to measure speeding other than, you know,
What we could do is we could,
over?
there's electronic devices that we could make noticeable to the traveling public that's speeding, that would indicate your speed limit and indicate your current speed. Sometimes those are effective on certain trouble roads. Those obviously come with a cost, and we could petition for that. we could look at multiple avenues to reduce the risks on the road. Considering there's multiple school zones, those are already limited hours and speed limit during those limited hours. But other than that, I don't know the circumstances of the tragedy that happened. I'm sure that those will play a role in their decisions. So, the best thing we could do is move forward with the request to perform the traffic study, see what the results are. If the results aren't in favor of anything changing, we can take a different approach and look at other means of notifying the public of, people within the right of way, people who use that road as a means to get to Paysetter Park. I would preference this as part of the road is part of our Safe Routes to School program project. So some of the area in that vicinity between Timberstone and Central Trail Elementary will get some sidewalks at some point, whether it's phase 1 or phase 2. That is the general plan for that Safe Routes to School. And furthermore, we would looking to connect the sidewalk paths to Paysetter at some point. And there is right-of-way area there to do that. Obviously, we can move only as fast as the county allows us to, but we'll move forward with that.
I did have a couple of people, as I think in our last meeting, we passed a resolution for the expenses to tie in a lot of those walking trails, particularly at that Midshaw and Sylvania Metamora area. And I had a couple residents say that it's very difficult to see over, I think they've got like some sort of grass there that's like a tall grass or something. So they said, when they go to cross, they really can't see if somebody's coming south on Midshaw from like the Michigan line, you can't really see them. And so when you're crossing then Midshaw going either way, they could be entering in that intersection. So I know there are other ways, so I just wanted to bring that to
We
your
could take a
attention.
look at that and look at site distance.
Yeah.
That should be part of the traffic study. It would be further down, but we can try to incorporate that into it. In short term, I can go out and review it, and if it needs cut, I'll ask the county to cut it. If it's county right away, and we can always send our highway mower.
I think there are ornamental grasses from the description I was getting. So they were, they're kind of the tall, 2 or 3, 4 feet tall stuff. So again, just take a look at it.
Sure.
And see, because again,
Absolutely.
I think that's a hot button for our community these days, and we want to make sure our residents are safe.
I'm glad you brought it up too, John, because back when I first came into the township, all there was fields out there, and it's gradually, incrementally grown and grown. And now I'm out to Paysetter sometimes because grandkids are playing soccer and traffic out there, and the housing, and going out even further. And it's like you're saying, Rob, there's lots that's happened out there, and John, and I think that we ought to look into, on some of these street things, we've just kind of said, oh, well, we did the best we could. But there are, as you're mentioning, other avenues, other means that we can do, like petitioning the commissioners, like you mentioned, and if it comes to that. But I think that, they might look at, not that Mike doesn't look at, the people aspect of it all, the engineer, but sometimes he'll look at traffic studies and numbers. And we've got a lot of Sylvania residents that live out there. They're all Sylvania residents, and the commissioners have a lot of constituents out there. And that may open up an avenue for us, because I can't believe that when I think about it, you can go 50 miles an hour in those areas.
55 down Midshaw.
Yes, it's just, and I did notice that one other quick thing you mentioned, Rob, down over at, on Alexis Road, or no, someplace, I've been seeing some of these things they're run by, like sunlight, and they show your speed, and it does kind of work, because sometimes I'm kind of driving around a little bit, and and you're not kind of paying attention, and before you know it, you're going 45 miles an hour and it's in 35 zone, and then you see that thing flag, you're speeding, and then when you slow down, it says, thank you. I don't know, I just think it's a positive thing, and I don't know how much it costs us to get some of those around, but, maybe there's a grant or something, if it comes to all that,
Absolutely.
Thanks.
We can look into all that.
Good, Rob, thanks, Rob.
Sounds good, Rob. Thank you. Open discussion and reports. We've got round 2 of our interviews tonight. I see Dave in here. Thanks for coming. Oh, yeah, good catch. Okay, and then, John, we need to approve the minute from. Let's skip
I
over
didn't
that.
get a chance to listen to the 18th, so
Okay,
we can do the second.
okay.
Keep it rolling at least.
All right,
So you're moving those minutes,
Please.
Deal, and John,
Yeah.
you're seconding on July 2nd.
Yes.
I'll call the roll, Mr. Genowine.
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney.
yes.
And then we'll move the June 18th minutes to our next meeting.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and with that being said, we'll go into executive session at 5:26 to discuss personnel appointments.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. And Mr. Genowine, second?
Yes.
And then Mr. Genowine? Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thanks for everybody for coming.
Thank you.
I got the Chris girls here, huh?
This conference will now be
6:43.
recorded.
With no action taken this evening, and second?
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes, and we're closing at 6:43 in about 10 seconds.
Second?
Second? Motion to adjourn by Mr. Mahoney? And then second, Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
All right, yes.
And it was 6:43.